A huge trend in big tech is starting just now, and it's all about robots. It will have consequences in the job market, but also stock market and geopolitics. Whoever creates more capable robots will redefine the work itself. Let me explain. The idea of humanoid robots has been sold to us since the beginning of book and cinema, and judging by how successful it was, humanity clearly beloved robots. When I first watched Blade Runner, I was hooked on the idea of androids so advanced they were indistinguishable from human. But today, real humanoids are laughable, they're glitchy, and most can barely navigate a flat room. Yet, this ignorant narrative is actually short-sighted and distracts us from the bigger picture. Because whether we like it or not, we are destined for the future dominated by robots. And the direction is already set. It's not a coincidence that Nvidia, Meta, Tesla, Huawei, Google, and Alibaba are all involved in humanoid robotics. And these juggernauts, with a combined market cap larger than the GDP of an average-sized country, are just the tip of the iceberg. There are only 6 companies, but there are around 100 serious players worldwide. Many of them are backed by governments, banks, and the biggest equity managers on the planet. All of these companies are aiming to fight for their market share starting in 2026-2027 and scaling up in 2028-2029. This means the next 48 months will create the perfect storm. We are entering the moment where the sector will blow up. Not just with products, but with a media frenzy and inevitably stock valuations. While AI provides the brain, humanoids provide the body. This convergence represents a level of physical disruption that makes the current software-only AI boom look like a warm-up act. But that's not everything. All these events align with a very specific moment in the technology adoption curve. Let me explain. The technological cycle consists of 3 phases. The research phase is where we've been for the last decade. It's the cash-burning stage. In this phase, technologies fly under the radar of the average person because they are stuck in labs and the breakthroughs are hidden in academic papers. This is the period of skepticism. You see it in the media constantly. People treat the tech like a sci-fi curiosity rather than a part of reality. The robots are clunky, the videos are staged, and the public stays unconvinced. Next, we have the commercialization phase. It starts when the technology finally becomes mature enough to scale it. This is the inflection point. It's the moment when serious players start pumping billions into the sector, not just for research, but to grab market share for future dominance. In this period, the narrative shifts. Suddenly, every week brings a new breakthrough, a new investment, or a new product premiere. This catalyst-dense moment is what flips the public switch. We move from thinking it's sci-fi to overestimating its short-term influence. This is exactly where the stock market bubbles are born. And finally, there is the maturity phase. This is the long-term future. The winners are established, the hype has died down, and the technology is finally meeting those high expectations we set for it during the frenzy. With humanoid robots, we are here, exactly at the starting line of the commercialization phase. We are stepping into a period of rapid-fire premieres and a brutal race for market share. We've seen this pattern before. The internet around 1994 led to the dot-com bubble. Electric vehicles around 2018 created the EV bubble. Late 2022 ignited the AI bubble we are currently in. Same technological phase, same catalyst density, same shift of expectations. We have barely scratched the surface of commercialization, which is why most investors haven't recognized the pattern yet. That's why I'm talking about 48-month window. While it's impossible to pin down the exact day the narratives go vertical, the excitement will grow exponentially as people begin to see these machines moving out of the lab onto the factory floor. And the numbers behind it are insane. As you can see, we went from 40 units in 2023 to 3,000 or more in this year. This sector is not growing fast. it's literally exploding, and numbers jump 400% or more every single year. Estimates show that we will hit 100 million units produced annually around the year 2040, which is an insanely huge number. For comparison, we are producing around 95 million cars annually right now in 2025. On top of that, Elon Musk predicted that by 2040 humanoid robots will outnumber people. And yes, we all know he loves to get carried away. He's the ultimate hype man, but these visions have a habit of coming true, even if they arrive later than he thought. As Tesla enters the market with Optimus, Musk is already anchoring the narrative. He's calling it the most important product in history, claiming it could eventually bring Tesla market cap to $25 trillion. Whether that number is real or not doesn't matter for the bubble. What matters is that the anchor has been set and the market is starting to listen. He is not the only hype man of humanoid robotics, because the godfather of AI bubble Jensen Huang is also hyping this sector and positioning Nvidia to be a big beneficiary with their Cosmos platform, which is virtual environment for robots training. Everything in this sector aligns perfectly. Huge perceived future value, huge companies hyping narrative, viral visually impressive demos, and rapid growth in real deployment numbers. This combination is rare, and it's not medium rare, more like once in a mankind history kind of rare. So yeah, robots will first complement us and then gradually replace us, because this is ultimately the direction humanity has been moving toward. For millennia of human evolution, we've been heading to a point where we can live freely in abundance. That future might be 30-40 years away, basically a blink of an eye on evolutionary scale. And humanoid robotics is one of the most important tools that will make this vision possible. And in some places, early signs of this change are already visible. In China, for example, we are seeing autonomous dark factories with almost no human staff, robot patrol units in cities and at borders, and even roboboxing entertainment events that are really cool, by the way. You should probably watch it. I will leave you the link in the description. All these events are slowly building a pre-narrative. Soon everyone will understand that if robots become cheaper than human labor, the entire global economy transforms. Because what we are witnessing isn't just a new machine. It's a fundamental shift in the nature of work. We have always automated tasks, but until now automation was narrow. Machines welded, machines lifted, machines sorted, but only in highly structured environments, usually bolted to a floor inside a safety cage. Humanoid robots break this limitation. They take automation out of fixed industrial setup and bring it into human-designed environments. Warehouses, retail, logistics, construction sites, hospitals, and eventually our homes. They don't require the world to adapt to them, they adapt to the world we already built. And that means a lot for our civilization and for investors perceiving the opportunity. General purpose means that the same robot that moves inventory today could be updated overnight to clean, inspect, repair, or assist a person tomorrow. Think about the implications. Productivity is no longer tied to human availability or biological limits. Physical tasks can now scale the same way software scales. You don't retrain 1,000 workers. You just upload new model to 1,000 units. This is why the concept carries such enormous future value. It's the promise of general purpose capability, the ability for one asset to perform 1,000 different tasks. Investors and speculative markets react to this aggressively because humanoids are platform, not a single tool. We saw this exact dynamics with personal computers, smartphones, and LLM-based AI. Humanoid robotics sits in the same category, but with a much larger economic impact, because they automate the physical world this time. This is why governments, wealth funds, and advanced manufacturing nations are all aggressively positioning themselves. They know that in the next decade, the labor force of a nation will be measured in silicon and steel, not just heartbeats. And it's why investors will become hypersensitive to every breakthrough, every video, and every announcement. Because in this narrow 48-month window, the difference between laughable prototype and global infrastructure will disappear. Let me know if you will invest in humanoid robotics, and see you next time.